Jai Gurudev, everybody. You can still hear the vibrant of the conches and bells and every noises we could make out of happiness and joyfulness. This is how the curfew is here in India. It is actually because according to the astrological chart and so on, the moon is entering a different phase into Revati Nakshatra, and that brings certain transformation and change inside the body itself. When you're clapping your hand, there is it make the blood flow and activates a certain joyfulness and happiness. And it is said that during this time also, if there's viruses or anything, they are in their lowest and the weakest point actually. So let's see and pray that changes may happen. Just now I just received a message that the French have found certain cure which they have tested for the coronavirus. So by God's grace, Giridhari's grace, the world will come again back to normality. And it has been nice, really. Being quiet. Here is Vrindavan, you hear? Everywhere. You can hear the vibration, the noises. So, let's see the question. Swami Revati.
Jai Gurudev Guruji, how to accept fully that we don't have an externally close relationship with the Guru, and how to develop an inner strong and deep relationship with you inside our hearts?
Actually, you see, to have an external relationship with the Guru and be close to the Guru, one must have firstly the capacity of handling the Guru. Don't think that it is easy to be close to the Master. Because more close you are to the Master, there's a complete, how you call it? You have to be really strong in yourself. Because very often you will see people very close to the Guru, but only people who can handle the Guru are close to the Guru. If somebody is not can't handle the Guru, it can be also very traumatizing. Because the energy of the Guru and what the Guru is saying, it have to be followed very strictly. So that's why Guru keep only those who can handle. Like yesterday I was saying, Arjun asking Lord Krishna to reveal his cosmic form. But he said also, only if you see that I am worthy, if I can handle that. The same thing, you see, to handle the Guru once a while, it's fine, it's easy. But to continuously being in the proximity of the Guru, one can't handle it. So that's why those who can handle it, the Guru keep them close to. But those who can't, the best way is to follow the teaching of the Guru and find the Guru guidance inwardly. And that also, please don't go in, when I'm saying finding the guidance inwardly, that doesn't mean that you have to go into fantasy. Because very often, people start fantasizing, creating things in their mind and start believing into that things. So then they go a bit cuckoo in their head and they like to tell people stories, you see. So please be aware of that also in your life, that whatever you experience of the inner Guru, it have to be what the Guru said. That's why it is very important to study and really absorb your mind and intellect into the teaching of the Guru. Knows which language the Guru speak. And if your inner self is speaking the same language, then listen to that. But if you see that your inner self is speaking a different language which the Guru is speaking, don't listen. Then it is the mind talking to you.
Guruji, even if we have been with you for some time and we know ultimately what we want is something other than this world, often I experience feelings of indifference because I don't want this world, but also the spiritual path is hard. Is discipline the only way to overcome this?
Well, you see, the spiritual path is not an easy path. It's not meant for everybody. Everybody are called to be spiritual, but only few really can connect to it. Because when you go on the spiritual path, there is certain discipline which you have to put towards yourself. You know, it's not about the master running behind you and telling you what you have to do, what you have to change continuously. No, it is certain self-discipline. Like, for example, practice your sadhana. The Guru have said to practice the sadhana, one have to practice one sadhana. Yeah. One have to put that discipline towards oneself. If you put that discipline towards yourself, you will see that everything will be flowing in a very smooth way. But if you put pressure upon yourself, then it becomes difficult. So the spiritual path is a very easy path, you know, and at the same time very difficult, because it is easy when you hug it and really have to take it, you know, then it becomes very easy. But if you find it like, oh my goodness, I have to do my sadhana now, I have to do my kriya now, you put your own brakes, you know, and then it becomes difficult, because you're not doing it out of love, you're not doing it out of happiness, you're not doing it out of joy. Because you see, whatever you do out of joy become very easy. And whatever you do out of necessity, it becomes difficult. At the beginning, of course, you have to force yourself, because it's not your routine, it's not your normal way of functioning. Of course, you have to force yourself, but don't get discouraged. You know, you will see that your spiritual path have long time been destined for you, because you will never go on the spiritual path if you are not meant to be on that spiritual path. So embrace it and try to do, even if you do little, but try to do it with joy and happiness.
Guruji, why do the rich, powerful and corrupt survive and the poor honest man has difficulty in surviving? I've often observed this. Is it because of past karmas?
Look, one thing is that one may be surviving, you know, in whatever ways, you know. I would not say only the rich survive and the poor don't survive. You know, when you see the people, very often the rich are running towards something delusional. They don't know what they are looking for really, because they think that by having money, by having everything, they can control everything, which is not true. Because that happiness, you know, it's not being rich or poor. It's equally given to those who truly long for it, those whose mind is fully absorbed into that. You know, they will find this happiness. So we can't say only rich people are happy. I know many rich people who are not happy. They don't even know what they are looking for. And I know many poor people which is really happy and content with what they have. You know, we had darshan here in January, and I tell you something, one thing which I find so beautiful. There was a group from Haryana, one state nearby here. They came for darshan, and I asked one lady in that, what do you want? what the lady said, Guruji, I just want the grace of seeing Radharani one time, nothing else. But you see, that asking was not just a superficial asking. It was an asking really from her heart, you know. And these people are very simple people. They know what will really make them happy. So, also rich people have so many devotees who truly are sincerely on their path. And for them, they are clear about it. So it's not a question of rich or poor. It's a question of how do you connect to the reality? How do you connect to God in your life? It's true, but often people are in a, delusional world, you know, especially rich people, because they have everything. Due to them having everything materially, are they really happy? No, they are not. Many people are not really happy. They are still searching for happiness, and true happiness especially. Because they think that by shopping left, shopping right, one will be happy. No, one will never be happy. If you really want to find happiness, dig in your path. Go deeper into your path. You will find happiness. You will find what you are looking for. You will find that contentment. You know, it's like when you look for water. You see, if I wanted to look for water and I dig one hole, 30 meters, and I don't find water. I move a few meters away and I dig a hole for 20 meters, still expecting to find water. I don't find water. I dig another hole for another 30 meters. I don't find water. So like that, many people go and digging holes everywhere, expecting that they will find what they are looking for. But if one is clever and dig in one place itself a deeper hole, in place of digging 30 here, 20 there, 30 there, dig 80 meters here in one hole, you will surely find water. So like that, you see, if you are sincere about your path, you know, whether you're rich or poor doesn't matter, that sincerity in going deeper inside your spiritual path will make you find what you are looking for.
Guruji, when I look at saints and masters, it seems that most, if not all, of their disciples who become realized are the ones who have given up everything and live only for Guru and God. For householder devotees like us, is it possible to attain that same realization? And if so, what is your advice for us?
Look, like Krishna said in chapter 8, verse 3, he said, those whose mind is focused upon whatever, this they will reach to that, you know. So he said to Arjun, focus your mind upon me. You know, so whether you are grihastha or you are completely detached, if your mind and intellect, chapter 8, verse 4, he said, you know, those whose mind and intellect is focused upon me, come to me. So it's not about being grihastha, being celibate, because not everybody are called for a life of renunciant. Not everybody are called for a life of grihastha. So wherever your dharma have brought you to, there the divine will reveal itself. So how much you are focusing upon, let's say. There is many who put a gown of a sannyas, but the mind is fully absorbed into the material world. You know, they are fully a businessman. Do you think they will attain the grace of the Lord? Do you think they will attain Him? No, they will not. There is many grihastha, when they have finished their life, other grihastha, they take the time to devote their life completely to the service of the Lord. How many in the traveling we see like that? So, but the grihastha is not throughout life itself, you see. There's a time where you come to a point that, look, I feel I'm being called to devote my life. So then it's also happened. There are so many saints who have been married, and even in their marriage itself, you see, they have fully dedicated their life to their beloved Lord. Take Tukaram, for example. Tukaram was never, he was not a sannyas. He was fully into his marriage. He had children, everything. But his mind was fully absorbed in Vitthal. There was not a single time but his mind was not absorbed in Vitthala. So like that, you will see many saints, you see. Namdev, he was married. But his mind was fully absorbed into the beloved Krishna. So wherever you are, in whatever part of life you have taken, whether it's grihastha or sannyas, how much you're building your relationship to God, that's what is the most important thing. Okay, that was the last question for today. Jai Gurudev, everybody, and I hope you're all fine wherever you are. And today I just hear just now in Croatia there is a big earthquake. My prayer and love goes to all the Croatian devotee and all the people in Croatia. And always in this time that Europe is going through and other places in the world is going through, let always be positive and keep chanting the name of God. Jai Gurudev.